UBC News Tonight is coming to you live from the Now Avenue today on the 11th of August 2024 with me, Sharon Kyomugisha. I hope you've had a very good evening. We start off today on UBC News Tonight with President Yoweri Museveni, who has commissioned a building block dubbed Kaguta Block at Excel Vocational Training Center, Bombo, Kalule. Shortly after commissioning the building, the president had a brief chat with the proprietor of this institute, Haj Shafiq Mwanje, who informed him about last year's fire that gutted the building's institute. In this address to the Mammoth of Bazukulu, Museveni commended Haj Mwanje for the mega establishments in Luwero and Bukomansimbi districts. In his remarks at Kalule Playground, Mwanje emphasized that everyone can now be rich in Uganda as a result of the fertile ground of peace created by the national resistance movement. He condemned those undermining persons with disabilities, saying that they are very capable and can cause a positive impact to the country's growth if prioritized.
Kutandika mirimu tetukyayagala bakonkona bw'ojje wange n'okonkona ng'oyagala mulimu nze sirina bange nategekera gwe n'olwekyo naawe soma otandikewo osobola okubeera manager osobola okubeera director bw'obanga kyokola kyetaaga abakozi n'olwekyo njagala kubasaba mwenna bannayuganda teri kyabuganga nga mulimu gw'obyamutwe ngenda bawayo akantu kamu kubanga njagala okumaliriza omuntu alina omulimu gw'omu mutwe ne bw'omubba n'omuleka bwereere n'afuna abamusulako ekigoye capital abeera mu mutwe n'olwekyo njagala kusiima ekitiibwa president olw'oma amaanyi g'otadde mu by'emikono njagala kusiima president olw'enkyukakyuka z'otadde mu ggwanga lino era njagala kusaba mukama wange olwali tulina album.
I visited the center and the 8 or so skills there are good skills.
President agamba achadde ku Excel Vocational era alabyeyo ebintu ebirungi ennyo nga birungi okutendeka abaana.
The skills like motor mechanics,
ebintu okutendeka nga okukanika emmotoka,
like building,
okuzimba,
metal work,
okwokya ebyuma,
and all that are very good skills.
President agamba ebyo birungi nnyo mu kiseera kino kye tulimu nga Bannayuganda.
So I will give him support to conclude some of the things.
Kati President agamba agenda mwongera amaanyi ezo ebyayogeddeko abyongeremu nnyo amaanyi bibeere nga ate bikola nnyo okusinga we bibadde ku Excel Vocational.
And Shafiq Mwanje is a challenge to all of you.
Mwami Shafiq Mwanje kyakusomooza kinene eri mwenna.
Because he's blind.
Kubanga Shafiq Mwanje tatunula.
But he has done so much.
Naye akoze ebintu bingi mu butatunula obwo, naye akoze ebintu bingi n'atusomooza ffe abalina amaaso abiri.
I had visited him in Bukomansimbi.
Yamukyalirako e Bukomansimbi.
And I saw what he was doing there.
Era n'alaba ng'akola ebintu by'amagero.
So the question is, if somebody who doesn't see can do all this, how about you who has got all the faculties? So therefore, you people of Luwero who are near the market here,
kakati mwe bannaluweero abali ekinnya n'empindi n'akatale akali wakati,
you should be doing much better.
Ate mwe mwandisinzeewo nnyo kubanga muli wakati mu katale.
Now, what my Muzukuru Hadija is talking about the land issues, this is because people don't listen to the message of the NRM.
Kati Muzukuru we Hadija ensonga gy'ayogeddeko ensonga y'ettaka akkiriza nekyo kiriwo olw'ensonga abantu tebawuliriza magezi ga NRM gewadde wajja bujjo ku kyettaka.
We had a big battle with the landlords in the CA.
Twalina olutalo lunene n'abannannyini ttaka naddala mu kiseera ky'okubaga ssemateeka.
Now, following yesterday's incident at Kitiezi Landfill, President Yoweri Museveni took to his social media and, of course, left a statement that reads as follows. Now, fellow Ugandans, especially the Bazukulu, greetings. This is to convey condolences to the families of the people who died yesterday as a consequence of part of the rubbish heap at Kitiezi or Rubungo, in brackets, peeling off Kubeguka and burying people who were living nearby. The first question that comes to my mind is, who allowed people to live near such a potentially hazardous and dangerous heap? Even without peeling off and burying people, the effluent alone, injury in Njiriro, must be hazardous to health. The indigenous cow dung and household refuse heaps in Mungo were dangerous enough. The fact that they were mainly organic cow dung, amasha, banana peelings, Ebihatiro household refuse in Punda notwithstanding. No settlement would be allowed below the Rubungo, the rubbish mound, on account of the effluent injury in Njiriro. Even without Kubeguka breaking off in brackets of part of the mound to bury people, the effluent alone would be unpleasant and hazardous. How much more dangerous is the Kitiezi mound that is full of plastic? When I talked to Dorothy Chisaka, she told me that the story of how they wanted to move to Dundu, but the Dundu people did not want to neighbor with the rubbish, and instead they have been working on positively using the rubbish, which is actually good, to generate electricity, make manure, recycle the plastics, etc. That, however, does not answer the question of why human settlement was allowed near the heap. I have accordingly requested the Deputy IGG Anne Muhairi, representing the IGG, to expeditiously investigate the matter and furnish me with the report. In the meantime, I have directed the Prime Minister to coordinate the removal of all the households in the danger zone, in addition to ensuring the recovery, if possible, of the people still buried in the rubbish. However, once again, this should educate Ugandans about the dangerous areas such as wetlands, lake shores, or the river banks or the forests, where they get in touch with monkeys and bring monkeypox and Ebola to us. All should know that people, technical or political, who encourage them to do so are actually their enemies. How many times have we lost people in such mountain landslides, floods, etc.? Let us learn and keep away from danger. The UPDF Special Forces have been directed to assist in the rescue, and have also directed the State House Comptroller to financially assist the families of those who died, with 5 million shillings per person who died and 1 million shilling per person who was injured. This is not part of the legal compensation that may come from the government if any government agency is found to be responsible. May Almighty God rest the souls of our departed people in eternal peace and heal the injured. Signed by Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of Uganda. In more stories, the Uganda People's Defence Forces conducted a successful operation at Kailong Dam, Chamkok Sub-County, Abim District, resulting in the neutralization of 2 Jai warriors. Troops from the 85 Battalion, 507 Brigade, part of the 5 Infantry Division, executed the operation, recovering several stolen items, including an AK-47 submachine gun, serial number 19522, with 3 rounds of ammunition. They also recovered a pair of UPDF digital uniforms, gun oil, a bull that has been seized by the warriors. Now, the UPDF troops ambushed a group of 5 J warriors who had stolen the bull from Agoga village, Alikele sub-county, Abim district. The operation led to the killing of the 2 warriors. The UPDF expresses its gratitude to the local leadership for their collaborative efforts in maintaining security in the sub-region. Take a look. The State Minister for Finance General Duties, Henry Musasizi, has urged religious leaders in the Kigezi sub-region to drive social and economic transformation as a means to eradicate poverty. Speaking at the ordination of 3 priests and 4 diacons at Our Lady of Good Shepherd Rushoroza Cathedral in Kabale District, Musasizi expressed concern over the rising poverty levels in the region, which contrasts sharply with declining poverty rates in other parts of the country.
The newly ordained priests are Reverend Father Bruno Niyonzima, Reverend Father Walter Harimimana, and Reverend Father Dewis Dedit Wirinjimana. The new deacons are Deacon Patrick Atzalire, Deacon Mark Aheisibwe, Deacon Onesmus Ahabwe, and Deacon Stephen Niwandinda. Bishop Callisto Rubalamira urged the newly ordained clergy to remain steadfast in their faith and to resist worldly temptations. Minister Henry Musasizi tasked the newly ordained priests and deacons with preaching the gospel of unity and wealth creation.
Omuranga wa President Yoweri Museveni okukuleba ngu abantu bona twawata social economic transformation na mnonga okukuleba ngu buli muntu ahakayeye yanjirechara kola kushiranga Haropa, my Lord Bishop, omudabisize jitu ya Kabale eyakwata Kigezi sub-region. Statistics eziriho zirereka ngu Ogoro omuli Kigezi bwije bureyongera ezindi region zihanga Ogoro burashuma ombuga ya Kigezi buli bwije bureyongera.
He also encouraged residents to fully embrace government poverty alleviation programs and to make the most of their limited land resources to improve their livelihoods. President Yoweri Museveni, through Minister Musasizi, at another, congratulated Resident District Commissioner Isaiah Byarugaba Kanyamahane on the marriage of his daughter, Daphne Kamahoro. The president praised Kanyamahane as a dedicated NRM cadre and contributed 20 million shillings towards the wedding celebrations. Museveni emphasized the importance of strong family values and mutual respect between spouses.
Mr. Isaiah Kanyamahane is a good cadre and a mobilizer of the National Resistance Movement Party. He was instrumental in the National Students' leadership and youth leadership in the Kigezi sub-region. He has worked with Office of the President for many years as Deputy RDC for Ntungamo District from 2018, and he worked very hard and earned him a promotion to full RDC, and I posted him to command the district.
The minister described Kanyamahane as a calm and composed leader.
In more stories, the Chief of Defence Forces of the Uganda People's Defence Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, is in Kigali for the swearing-in ceremony of His Excellency President Paul Kagame, which has been scheduled today and of course took place. General Kainerugaba was warmly welcomed by his Rwandan counterpart, General Mbaraka Muganga, along with other senior officials of the Rwandan Defence Forces. Accompanying General Kainerugaba on this visit are Major General James Birungi and Brigadier General Richard Karemire. Notable figures such as Alexander Akandwanaho and Andrew Mwenda are also part of the entourage. During his stay in Kigali, General Kainerugaba, who also serves as the Senior Presidential Advisor for Special Operations, is expected to engage in high-level discussions with President Kagame and the General Muganga. This visit follows General Kainerugaba's crucial role in resolving a recent standoff that has strained relations between Uganda and Rwanda, ultimately restoring the flow of business and movement between the two nations. The Church of Uganda in the Bunyoro Kitara Diocese has welcomed its new bishop, Right Reverend Jacob Atwerihereho, who succeeds Dr. Samuel Kazimba Mugalu. The installation ceremony of retired Reverend Jacob took place at St. Peter's Cathedral in Hoima.
The Church of Uganda in Bunyoro Kitara Diocese has consecrated a new bishop, Right Reverend Jacob Atwerihereho, presided over by the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Samuel Kazimba Mugalu, at St. Peter's Cathedral in Hoima City.
Do enthrone our beloved Christ Jacob Atwerihereho as Bishop of the Church of God in virtue of the authority according to us in the Constitution of the Church of Uganda.
Jacob Atwerihereho replaces retired Bishop of Bunyoro Kitara Diocese, Samuel Kahuma.
Tumusiima habwa ekisembe ky'obuleesi kandi habwa kubasobozesa okuyija okuhiisa omukolo guno ekitiinisa mwebale okuyija.
Bishop Kahuma has been at the seat of the diocese for 8 years.
To the Almighty God, we give thanks to you for calling and equipping us for this episcopal office and ministry, and for graciously upholding us to the end, granting us a peaceful transition to the newly consecrated Bishop, Jacob Atwerihereho.
The new Bishop Jacob Atwerihereho, aged 56, was a teacher by profession and later joined the theological school in Kabale to pursue the religious ambitions.
Yohana 15:16. Ekigenderwa kyaitu bwona kibe kusemeza Rwanda.
The colorful ceremony was attended by the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabanja, who represented the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Ngoza kusiima owekitiibwa President habwa okuyikiriza ebintu byona araganiza hano Bunyoro. Ekyo nkusaba Abanyoro munkwaseewo tumusiime. Ekikubanza habwa okutukurakuraniza n'emihanda eri first class. Ekyo kikuru muno. Ekyakabiri habwa okutuwa ekisaawe ky'ennyonyi first class. Ekyakasatu tujja kutunga industrial park. Ekyakana batukoire stadium ekizaliro ky'emipiira international standard.
Archbishop Kazimba retaliated against acts of corruption in Uganda.
Let us join hands in fighting corruption. I call upon the leadership at all levels to fight corruption as we joined in fighting homosexuality, and we should continue. Some younger people who were arrested recently, I pray that they should be released and be helped to follow the right procedure.
The Prime Minister delivered a message from the President and wished the new Bishop fruitful service to the Church.
I thank the outgoing Bishop, the Right Reverend Samuel Kahuma, for the hard work, commitment, and good leadership which has made Bunyoro Kitara Diocese what it is. Then to the new Bishop, I congratulate you upon this spiritual achievement. Your appointment is a testament to your unwavering faith, dedication, and commitment to serving God and the people of Bunyoro Kitara Diocese.
Prime Minister Nabanja handed over a brand new vehicle to the new Bishop.
Mpiaka modo 2024 bakagikora igihe omwezi gwa kasatu. On behalf of the President of the Republic of Uganda, allow me to hand over this vehicle. Ogendo na rangi engiri ya Mukama Ruhanga bona hona.
Earlier, the Prime Minister delivered 300 million shillings to Bujumbura Cathedral Catholic Church in Hoima City for the construction of a children's and women's hospital.
Kusaba President Museveni akutugamba tuina kuongera entaya ya maka bokuba oyongeire akasente okuba kurungi kandi nainywe abaana bali hano mwina kuyamba abazaire banyu mukamulyo mu ruhumura kwongera ntaya y'amaka baraba nasibika muyambeho
muri kubariza emiliyoni 3 ziri hano abagonze bwa miliyoni 3 zinu.
The Archbishop of Kampala, His Grace Paul Semwogerere, has urged parents to prioritize instilling discipline in their children to foster responsible behavior amidst growing numbers of children that are morally decayed in today's generation. Archbishop Semwogerere made these remarks during the 55th anniversary celebrations of Our Lady of Africa Church, Mbuya Parish, and of course at this event he conducted Holy Communion for the congregation and inaugurated the new parish priest. Take a look.
The Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, His Grace Paulo Semwogerere, has emphasized the importance of loving God and guiding the youth to follow his teachings. During the service at Our Lady of Africa Mbuya, the Archbishop called on parents to instill discipline in their children to help them grow into responsible citizens.
And train their children who are going to come as we receive the Holy Spirit. Remember that this sacrament strengthens you to be witnesses of Christ in the world. You are still young, but you are beginning a good journey, a long journey. The very important journey of witnessing Jesus Christ. Look at him, imitate him, behave as Jesus Christ will wish you to behave.
Under the theme, We, the Baptized, let us journey together in communion, participation and mission, Archbishop Semwogerere encouraged children to continue loving Christ and adhering to his commandments.
Good, faithful, beloved children of God, who do the work of God, who are able to listen to his commandments and follow them up. Dear brothers and sisters, the word of the Lord speaks of sustenance, of community, and the divine presence of our lives, which resonate well with the spirit of our parish. On this day, we celebrate it.
The Archbishop expressed appreciation to parents who supported their children in receiving Holy Communion. More than 300 children were honored with the sacrament during the celebration. Father James Patrick Jumba, who was inaugurated as the new parish priest, vowed to serve in accordance with God's will.
The State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Dr. Balam Bargahade, has joined the congregation at St. Peter's Cathedral in Soroti District for the Sunday service in Soroti Diocese ahead of the Youth Day celebrations. In his address, Minister Balam cautioned the youth against misusing the government seed capital. Onyango reports.
All roads will be leading to Soroti Core PTC grounds for this year's International Youth Day celebrations on Monday, 12th August 2024.
We are committed and well prepared to host the teams that will come from within and far.
Final preparations for the event are underway at the venue.
As a local government and local leadership, our ground is ready, we are set.
The Youth and Children Affairs Minister, Dr. Balam Bargahara, is already in Soroti District to oversee the final arrangements.
States doing this and that. I told him those states, if you don't pray to God, they will come and blow them up.
Balam extended the mobilization campaign for the event to local churches attending the Sunday service at St. Peter's Cathedral.
DC, where we shall be celebrating the International Youth Day. So why I'm here is I came to pray, but also I came to thank God that I was appointed a minister. Who am I? But when I was coming in, I saw that church. You are building a church. Yes. wherever I go and I find a church under construction, I make a contribution. My contribution may not be much as most politicians, because I'm not corrupt.
Local leaders are optimistic about the success of the event.
We even don't have emergency unit, so much of these things will be handled when the president is around, because health is wealth.
It's a lot that I'm going to exhibit, and it's a chance for us to meet our principle.
Big question of unemployment, but also there's a very big growing question of gap in unskilled labor. You realize most of the young people, some of them are not skilled, some of them, but also then most importantly opportunities in scholarship, especially in our region here, we feel disadvantaged. Despite of course being blessed with so many institutions.
President Yoweri Museveni is expected to grace the Youth Day celebrations in Soroti District on Monday, 12th August 2024 as the chief guest. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Robert Onyango. The Indian High Commissioner to Uganda joined the Indian community in the Lango sub-region for the Indian Day celebrations held at Lira Hotel in Lira City. The Lira community celebrated the day ahead of India's Independence Day set for Thursday, the 15th of this month. Take a look.
In Lira, the commercial and industrial city, the spirit of freedom and unity among the Indian community is palpable. The atmosphere is electric. Hundreds gather under one roof at Lira Hotel to witness the lighting of the candle, an event held for the first time in the region. It holds a deep symbolic significance as a tribute to the countless freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for India's independence. The Indian High Commissioner to Uganda was ushered to the podium for this symbolic activity, flanked by the Resident City Commissioner of Lira, Lawrence Igole, and Senior Presidential Advisor Sam Ingola.
So thank you for doing this event 5 days in advance, because if it was on 15th of August, I couldn't have come, because on that day I have to host an event in the High Commission of India in Kampala. India-Uganda bilateral relations, we have very strong relations both on economic side, on the political side, on the defense side. One of the strongest pillars is the Indian community, which is in all the major areas of the country.
Bandera is catching up also very fast. We have cooking oil millers here, over 42 machines from India in Lango sub-region here. I thank you people very much.
Very peaceful people, law-abiding and hard-working. Teaming up with our business community, Lira attained its city status.
The event featured various cultural performances, from traditional dances and speeches.
Today, all of us have come to celebrate our 77th Independence Day,
to patriotic songs honoring India's rich heritage. On this day, 3 institutions, including Adina Foundation, Lira Regional Referral Hospital, and Lira Babies Home, received support from the Indian community.
Get our babies home.
Earlier, the Indian community donated 167 units of blood to help save lives in Uganda.
No life. So I always try to serve deserving, needy people.
The Indian community is always responding just like our local community is responding.
The Lira RCC, Lawrence Igole, applauded the contribution of the Indian community to the region's development. In Uganda, the independence ceremony will take place at the Indian Embassy in Kampala on 15th of August this year. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
President Yoweri Museveni has ordered for a thorough investigation into the Kitiezi landfill disaster that occurred on Friday night, resulting in loss of lives and property damage. The Deputy Inspector General of Government, Anne Muhire, announced this while on site at Kitiezi, where she is assessing the situation and gathering information from the public.
The situation in Kitiezi remains critical as government rescue operations continue. The death toll has risen from 14 to 18 following recovering of more bodies this Saturday. Excavation trucks are working to clear the debris in hopes of rescuing those still trapped under the waste. Government officials, including Deputy Inspector General of Government Anne Muhire, have visited the site, evaluating the situation and collecting information.
We are looking for evidence. We already have some that we need to collaborate. Who is responsible? Was this a natural disaster? Is there somebody who didn't do their work? Is there a government officer who didn't do their work? And they must be held liable.
Muhire confirmed that President Yoweri Museveni has called for an immediate investigation into the cause of this disaster.
We to affirm that the President is concerned and has also directed us to ensure that the we get the officers or officer who didn't do their work, who did not do their work, that has led us to this.
Elias Lukwago, the Lord Mayor of KCCA, responded to this.
We have raised the red flag before. Let me tell you, persistently we have raised this matter. We have sounded ourselves hoarse on this matter. We have always been raising a red flag. We brought out all the facts which needed to be interrogated. And we made a clarion call that please, let's take action. Particular individuals should be brought to account, should be held liable.
The Office of the Prime Minister reports that over 2,000 families have been affected by this disaster.
The government has decided right now what has been put in place in terms of the operation is we are looking at now assessment of the damage that has been done, the number of families that are affected. What we have as preliminary is about 2,000 so far people affected, and we are however planning for about 1,000. That is for the tent that has been set up by Uganda Red Cross, working closely with the Office of the Prime Minister.
Charles Odongotho, spokesperson at the Office of the Prime Minister, assured that plans are in place to provide aid to the displaced families. However, he urged remaining residents to evacuate immediately due to ongoing risks in the area.
The Office of the Prime Minister has delivered food to assist with feeding the persons who are affected, and but the most important thing that is being done right now is assessing the magnitude of damage. There are also security persons who have been providing security for the communities around the garbage field that have also been instructed to get out of that place. Now, so if security people who are supposed to protect you have been advised that relocate, move out of this place, it is an imminent danger for you. So you, as an ordinary person, you have to listen.
The Uganda Red Cross has also been deployed to assist on site.
And the Red Cross has to deliver non-food relief items, and these are kits to support people with cooking, sleeping, the mosquito nets, the kitchen sets, and the like, things that should be able to help people to develop coping mechanisms.
Deputy Police spokesperson for Kampala and surrounding areas, Patrick Onyango, confirmed that 18 bodies have been recovered and are being taken to Mulago Referral Mortuary for post-mortem examination before being returned to their families.
Business yesterday, we had retrieved the 14 dead bodies, and today we have retrieved 4 so far, and this makes a total of 18. And all were taken to City Mortuary Mulago for post-mortem before they are given to their relatives.
Among those evacuated today were a pregnant woman, a family, and an infant. Longtime resident Suleiman Katende, who has lived in the area for 15 years, shared his concerns about the families affected by the disaster.
Saba government eyambe ku bantu abo abafiiriddwa ebintu byabwe kubanga tebaddewo mu bukyamu babaddewo mu butuufu.
The relatives of the deceased are in deep mourning, devastated by this sudden and overwhelming tragedy. Justine Nakami, UBC News.
Still about Kitiezi, the Kampala Capital City Authority has announced that the Kitiezi landfill will continue to accept waste for at least 1 more year while the new Dundu landfill is being prepared. According to David Luyimba, the Deputy Executive Director of KCCA, the authority has begun work on a 4-acre plot at Kitiezi to ensure it can handle waste for the next year.
In 2015, Kitiezi landfill reached its full capacity and was scheduled for decommissioning. However, the process has been delayed due to financial constraints, with an estimated cost of 50 billion shillings required for its closure.
It has been there for a long time, and we need to work on it as soon as yesterday. But we did not look at it, and I know something has happened. We are sorry for that.
Of course, the challenge we've had is that the build-up of the hills of garbage reached unsustainable levels. And now when it rained and people had developed very close, the landslides collapsed on people's structures.
To manage the situation, KCCA acquired 4 additional acres around Kitiezi to extend its capacity until the new site is operational. An alternative site spanning approximately 136 acres was secured in Mukono, specifically in Dundu Champisi sub-county, for the construction of a modern landfill.
Give us within a year we should be operational, because the investor is on site. He's going to invest in his factory, and then he's going to begin receiving waste. His only the guarantees he needs are the guarantee of waste supply, guarantee of offtake of power.
The project, which is still under development, has been entrusted to RIC Waste Management Company and is expected to be complete within a year. In the interim, KCCA is preparing the 4-acre plot at Kitiezi to accommodate the waste for at least 1 more year.
We're going to set up about 4 cells. They may take us for about 9 to 12 months. As we stabilize, because again, moving away from here before we decommission and protect the risky landfill, we'll keep the risks here with the community. So we want to make sure by the time we leave, we have protected this dangerous site so that no reoccurrence of such a problem can happen even long after we've gone.
The preparation involves an investment of 400 million shillings to create a waste buffer and enhance the site capacity. Engineer David Limbazi says KCCA is also mapping out risky areas around Kitiezi for demarcation to prevent further issues, and assessment of the number of affected persons for potential compensation has also started.
We agreed a number of interventions. There are some immediate interventions. We're going to evacuate people that are at risk. People that are at risk are going to be evacuated immediately, so that should there be, because still a rainy season, should there be an incident, those properties that are very close to the high waste mountain, in case there is an accident, nobody loses their life. Beginning tomorrow, our technical teams are going to go out, surveyors, planners, engineers, and environmentalists, to begin mapping corridors that are really at risk, identifying properties that will be affected, that don't need to exist within those risk corridors. We value those properties, determine how much compensation is due to those people, then we shall have a meeting with the Prime Minister, then a decision will be made.
Why would you compensate encroachers? Additionally, preparation for the decommissioning of Kitiezi is underway and will be managed by a private investor who has been identified for the task. Kitiezi landfill, which covers approximately 36 acres, was established in 1996 and has served as a primary waste disposal site for Kampala and the metropolitan areas. Due to its excessive capacity, the landfill has posed risk to health and safety, including hazardous gas emission that could potentially lead to explosion.
Landfill has been around for a long time. Ever since the need to decommission arose, we should not have been here. However, the other challenges came about. Communities building close to a dangerous site, allowing developments near a dangerous mountain of waste. Okay, that should not have happened. Kigezi doesn't have authority in Wakiso. If it was up to us, nobody could have built within a corridor, within a radius of about probably 100 to 200 meters.
CCA has in the recent past faced significant cost of managing the landfill, with approximately 4.1 billion shillings injected in the landfill for financial year 2023-2024. Despite this, the Minister for Kampala reported that the department responsible for assessing the landfill has in a while not submitted any reports of the risk status.
I've not received any report. If it's there, at least I've not received any assessment report on my desk. At least I would have worked on it. But I think we should blame the environmental team. It would have assessed this and advise. They did not advise us, and for us, we know as KCCA, we didn't know about this.
This matter, we have sounded ourselves hoarse on this matter. We have always been raising a red flag. We brought out all the facts which needed to be interrogated. And we made a clarion call that please, let's take action.
It's worth noting that improper management of solid waste can lead to production of dangerous gases like methane, which could lead to potential explosion. Susan Naung and Michael Bakabulindi reporting for EBC TV.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby don't go.
You can now get all the Kigezi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with baby Junior jelly.
Though dried their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior's the skin. No more worries anymore. Baby Junior.
Baby Junior.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Stake 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Stake 10. Sports Stake 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, the Minister for Tourism and Heritage in Busoga Kingdom, Olga Helen Namtamba, has commended President Yoweri Museveni for his support in promoting Busoga's tourism industry with special emphasis on Kagulu Rock in Mbuya district. Take a look.
Kagulu Rock Climbing Challenge has become one of Busoga's most prominent events, attracting thousands of tourists each year. Since President Museveni's inaugural climb 3 years ago, significant developments have taken place at Kaguru, enhancing both the surrounding homesteads and the rock itself. According to Minister Namutamba, it is now easier to ascend Kaguru Rock thanks to the newly constructed provisions.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the President of Uganda for being our #1 sponsor and partner into tourism development in Busoga. He has given us money, he has given us support, he has given us security. The President gave us money to construct those steps that nowadays are easier, that makes it easy to come at the top. He also gave us money to put up these resting points. Even the unveiling tours that we've been doing in Busoga, it is the President of Uganda that has been funding.
She also highlighted the impact of various marketing efforts that have sparked growing interest among the Busoga in supporting local tourism, which has in turn improved their livelihoods.
The tourism business. So indeed, Kaguru has developed. Kaguru is developing. You've seen very powerful hotels around here. Our people now look so clean. This is not how we started Kaguru. Kaguru, the road is not as bad as the way it was before. The President promised us he's going to work on the road. We have electricity here. We have water, tap water here. So Kaguru is set to go.
Minister Namutamba made these remarks at the launch of the program for this year's Kaguru Rock Climbing Challenge, where the First Deputy Prime Minister Rebecca Kadaga will preside with the Chabazinga of Busoga, Gabulana Diope IV, as the chief climber. The police spokesperson for Busoga North, Michael Kasada, assured the public that security measures are in place to ensure everyone's safety and warned against any disruptive behavior.
We shall have a camp here. We shall pitch a camp here at the top of the hill and down.
Kaguru Rock in Mbuya district is a majestic rock formula that stands 3,600 feet above sea level. It is adorned with beautiful caves, crater lakes, and natural grasses, offering a cool breeze at its flat top. Historically, it is significant as the site where a great ancestor of the Busoga, Mukama na Mutukula of the royal Babito family, along with his wife Naudo and their 5 children, settled after migrating from Bunyoro through Lake Choga in the 16th century.
Uganda fire! Etima fire! Abamboda fire!
Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! Has Nabole Stadium opened its doors once again?
Fire!
While you were moving in bed, you were the 12th player when Uganda Queens needed you the most.
Fire! Fire!
Through our famous wins against Tubangunda and our unlucky losses, you stood firm, supporting even louder! Now, as Uganda Queens take on South Africa and Congo this September, South Sudan in October, and play our second legs against South Africa and Congo in November, bring even more fire! Because with your support, Uganda Queens is unstoppable! Uganda fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes. Together, we are unstoppable.
Shocking statistics on road crashes in Uganda show that there were over 23,608 road accidents in a single year, 2023. This highlights an increase of 16% compared to the previous year. The Uganda Traffic and Road Safety Report of 2023 also shows that there were 24,728 casualties from road crashes, with 4,806 people dead, 16,736 seriously injured, and 3,186 escaping with minor injuries. The rampant increase in the number of road crashes and casualties in Uganda is seriously alarming. According to Uganda Police Traffic Report, 80% of road crashes in Uganda are as a result of speeding, reckless driving, and violation of traffic rules and regulations. Your life and that of other road users matters. Every life taken or injured in a road crash is an emotional loss to a family, resource loss to a business, development contribution loss to a community, and a socio-economic loss to the nation. Join hands together to reduce and, if possible, eliminate road crashes from our roads by avoiding reckless driving, obeying traffic signs and rules, and maintaining public safety intelligence to keep ourselves, passengers and other road users safe at every time. Remember, drive safe today to live again tomorrow. Tofira kukubo.
You're still watching UBC News Tonight, and lastly in our sports stories, the Mbuya District Primary School Ball Games Championships have been dominated by Rubindi Boys Primary School, Rubingo 1 Primary School and Rentanga Primary School, who triumphed in netball. Mbuya District Chairperson Tumwesije Didas Tabaro urged the youth to remain in school, noting that this will help the government better identify and support talented individuals in sports, enabling them to advance their skills and participate in the economy. Take a look.
Mbuya District Chairperson Tumwesije Didas Tabaro has highlighted the challenge of supporting undisciplined youth engaged in criminal activities such as drug abuse, alcoholism, gambling, theft, and other illicit behaviors. Tabaro made these comments while officiating at the Mbuya District Primary School Ball Games Championships held at the Rentanga Primary School Playground in Bubali Sub-County, Kashari South, Mbuya District.
I urge those schools, like more especially private schools, they have not attended these facilities. So I beg those, the directors of those schools, of private schools, at least let them also join the other schools, join government schools, because our children there, they are also government children. So I urge them, please, to come and join the other schools. They are private. They are private, but they are not private because they are Ugandans. They are all Ugandans. But thank God also that my sub-county have won one game.
Mbuya District Sports Officer at Simire Francis announced that only 3 schools, Rubindi Boys Primary School, Rubingo 1 Primary School, and Rentanga Primary School, will represent the district in the national competitions scheduled from August 25th to September 5th, 2024 in Soroti City.
Appealing them to always bring their children to schools, because it's through schools where children can get these games and compete. Because there is no way how you can organize competitions in villages, because the villages are hard to organize. But in schools you can easily organize them, because here you can organize children and they compete and you develop their talents. Once you develop their talents, first of all in sports, children develop physically fit. They even socialize.
Mbuya District Education Officer Deo Muhwezi expressed concerns about the low participation of private schools in the district events aimed at identifying and promoting youth talent.
Highest employee, I may say, or the person who is getting a lot of money or earning a lot of salary, the highest salary is the sportsman. They are sports people. We know Ronaldo, we know the Messi, all those people. Now we hear Protich, Cheptegei, Joshua Cheptegei, we have Perusi, those people from Kapchorwa. They are earning a lot of money from these athletics.
The Secretary for Social Services, Mbuya District, Kansime Abraham Manije, commended the organizers for bringing the sports activities to rural communities, thus allowing broader participation and learning opportunities.
harimu discipline.
That brings us to the end of UBC News Tonight. That started off at 8 p.m. and it is exactly 6 minutes to 9 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Do join me again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha.